Okay, so we're going through the new office setup. We're in transition, as you can see, but essentially what I did last time was I moved my desk away from being aligned with this file cabinet so that I would have more space in this central area and that I would have a little bit more of a cozier feel in the back area of the office here. Ideally, I think I might want to put a table or something here, but for the right now, I guess it'll be space for a downward dog. Anyhow, I moved all of my library, or most of my non-clinical library, from my Esky office over here to Regenstrief, and I got a few stacks which I'll take you through. But essentially, this is the stack of books that makes me look smart for people who come into my office. So you got John Adams there, you got Franklin. This is where I work, so clearly you need to have this, and it's in hardcover. You've got Osler, and then you've got Philip Thorak, who is actually a Chicago surgeon and has a hospital named after him. I spent quite a lot of time in that hospital as a child with septic staph sinusitis. But anyhow, story for another time. The next stack is basically academic books about publishing and how to do the research. The next stack is essentially making up for the fact that, like a moron, I was a biology major as a pre-med instead of choosing computer science or math or something that would be a little bit more applicable as a faculty. So we got to learn about networks, got to learn about deep learning in Python, algorithms I know absolutely nothing about. This is sort of pop mathy book. And then game theory. This, weirdly enough, for designing implementation work, is probably the most important book in this stack. Then we got our policy stack. So we got the American Sickness here, which is how healthcare became big business. We've got Eric Topol's book, Deep Medicine. Hopefully he'll accept my invitation to be on the panel for Indiana AI conference, but we'll see. This is basically about how the future of medicine is going to go in 2020. So I'm very interested to see what people thought like 10 years ago would happen a year ago. Obviously another Dr. Topol book. This is about managed care in medicine. Then there's a few books about kind of reinventing the system. So understanding creative destruction, understanding American healthcare from a policy perspective. And then obviously we got our IOM reports, which carries a unique, actually I can't say, it's under embargo, but I will have very exciting news for you guys in about 2 weeks. And then we've got the journal stack. So this is basically something I want to try to write over the next few years every day for the baby bear. I guess the one thing surgery teaches you, particularly at a busy trauma center, is you never know when you're going to go. This is sort of my own therapy to myself. Whoop, can't peek in there. This is actually useful for figuring out how you're going to do kind of more creative writing projects. Then we got a bunch of other journals for a bunch of other things. And then we got our stack of books where if I have to take call from here and residents have questions, I can be like, hey, let me call you back in 5 minutes and look this up. Obviously, most of the real medical books are over there at the clinical office, but you always got to have your backups ready to go. And then the latest acquisition, which is apparently this grant writing workshop, which I'm going to be doing next week. Actually, later this week. Hopefully it's going to be good. Learn how to write better. So anyway, we got to get back to reviewing these papers and finishing notes.